Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Ask YP Now live show. Okay, so this is a show about, positive living. This is a show about, making your life better for yourself and your family to be able to spend quality times with your loved ones, and especially about making the world a better place. So let me share with you a bit about myself, and then I'll introduce to you Janice here with us. Okay, so let's look at a little bit of So Janice, say hi to everybody. And this is Janice from the Philippines. Janice, we're going to spend 2 to 3 minutes to introduce yourself, right?
Hi, YP. Hi to everyone who's watching right now. And I'm happy to be here. Thanks for the invitation, YP.
My pleasure.
So,
So Janice, do you want to introduce yourself for 2 to 3 minutes? Yeah.
Okay, I will introduce myself. So, I'm Janice Delacruz. I'm a proud Filipina born and raised in the Philippines. I'm now currently in Pasig City. And I graduated communication arts, and I'm the eldest of two kids by CPA. Both of my parents are certified public accountants.
Wow.
And currently, I'm married to my one and only husband, Janice Delacruz. We're married for 8 years. We don't have kids yet, but hopefully, in God's perfect time, we will have one. And currently, I'm a wealth coach of Manulife Philippines for over 12 years now. In fact, this month is my 12th year anniversary.
Wow, that's fantastic, Janice. You're one person. I know you because you're also part of the network that both of us belong to, BNI Philippines, right?
Yes.
I've known you for quite a while now, and you've been always very focused about, personal development, learning new things, right? So I'm just going to ask you, evidently you're a go-getter, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you set goals?
Yes, but I do it.
So
I do it
why
every
do you think
day.
that setting goals and achieving your life purpose is important, in today's world? Why do you think that's important?
Well, for me, setting goals is very important because it gives you clarity and focus, right? You want to make things happen for your life, and when you have goals and it's aligned to your life's purpose, you actually know when to say yes to opportunities and when to say no.
Okay.
Right, so that's the and then you know how to avoid distractions and how you can channel your energy to things that are very purposeful and very meaningful for you, and you will have a very intentional day every single day knowing that you have a goal and a purpose to live.
Okay. So what's the difference between, having life goals and a life purpose? Is there any difference between the two?
Yes, for me, life purpose is more of a mission statement.
Okay.
That's your mission statement. That's something that you live by, you breathe, you eat. That's how you.
Okay.
That's the mission statement. And then life goals is what do you want to intend to achieve in your life, and it changes from every stage of your life, from the moment that you're a child up to you're now an adult, and even when you retire, you still have goals, right?
Yeah. The only time we stop having goals is when we are no longer on this earth, right?
Yes.
Right. So I'm going to come back to your life purpose. Okay, I'm going to come back in a second, but I also know you as somebody who is really out there, wanting to help people, to achieve their goals and their life purpose. So what made you get started on the journey to help other people? And why do you find that important to you? Right.
Yes. So I think I began my journey in when I started joining communities.
Okay.
Even when I was younger, I'm part of church communities. And then also when I joined in 2014, I joined Toastmasters International. That's where I got exposed to mentors, to people who are purpose driven. And then as they say, you're the average of the five people you always spend time with. And so that really changed my perspective towards life and towards life goals.
Okay, well, I'm going to come back to your list of mentors, okay? I'm going to ask you about them in a while. But have you come across people who are resistant to setting their own life goals?
Yes.
And what do you think? Why? Why do you think that, from your experience, um, why are some people resistant to, setting goals or setting a life purpose? What do you think?
In my experience, I think it's because of they have hang ups of the past. They're too
Okay.
focused on what happened in their past and they can't seem to move on with their life. And then
Mm,
the other one is they're too much focused in the future. Like they're
okay.
living in the future. Like for me, the best thing for you to live your life is in the present.
Okay.
Yeah.
So would it be right to say, and it's okay for you to totally disagree, that we've got to use our past as an experience, and the past doesn't determine the future, and we
Yes.
spend the present doing the right things, they'll build us the future that we want. Is this making sense?
Yes, indeed. Yes, I believe in that. Our past really are lessons learned. We do
Okay.
experience any rejections, any failures, but these are lessons to be learned. And sometimes, if we didn't get the lesson of our past, it comes hunting us. It is a
Ah,
pattern, right? It is a recurring thing, right? If we don't know in the past, we don't know how to manage our finances. It will keep coming back, even if you're already wealthy or already successful in your goals. It will always come back, unless you have learned or really changed something about that situation.
okay. So let's talk about your journey, okay? Your own personal journey, okay? When do you start developing your goals, and when do you know that you have a life purpose or a life mission? And share with us your journey. Yeah. How did it
Do
go?
I do I have 1 hour for this?
No, 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 no. This is
No.
a 30-minute show, so you've got maybe around 10 minutes.
Well, I think my journey into discovering my life's purpose began in 2017. One of my mentors, Shada Sino, a world-renowned international book writing coach, also a fellow Toastmaster. I was able to attend one of her seminars, and she guided us in that seminar how to craft our own life's purpose. And
Okay.
then from then on, I would meet several mentors along the way, and then I would somehow validate what I have craft as my life's purpose. And then
Okay.
as I go along, I experience a lot of self-development programs such as life coaching, neuro-linguistic programming, and other courses that help me develop myself furthermore to be able to
Okay.
serve more people and add value to others. So I think that's the start in 2017.
Okay. So your journey started in 2017, and what can you share with us? What's your life purpose?
Okay. My life's purpose is to educate and empower individuals using my coaching, leadership, and communication skills in order to help them live a happy, abundant, and fulfilled life. That's my
Okay.
life's
Wow, that
purpose.
sounds very noble, isn't it? Right. Right. And can you share with us, uh, what do you feel inside? Okay, what emotions you feel when you share, and right now when you're telling us about your life purpose? What goes through your mind, or what goes through your heart? I'm digging deep, so that our
Yeah.
audience, okay, can learn from your journey. Yeah.
I think this is already a coaching session with you, YP.
Ah! Yeah.
Well, I feel kilig. We call it in Tagalog in the Philippines, kilig, wherein it's a good feeling. You're excited, but at the same time, you're in anticipation of what are the things that is in store for you. And
Mm,
and I think that's how I feel every single day when I know that I have lived my purpose, and that somehow,
Okay.
not even it doesn't have to be a big thing, but I was able to touch someone's life, and that for me is something that I look forward to every single day.
Thank you, Janice. Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you who just joined us, or if you're listening to the recording of this, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. We have with us here Janice. Okay, Janice Delacruz is from Philippines, and you're in Pasig right now. You're saying, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. And what Janice is sharing with us is the importance of having your life purpose and having goals that help you become more focused in your journey, in your life's journey. And the journey is always a forward moving journey, okay? Yeah, to achieve more in your life, okay? Right. So, Janice, so, you mentioned a fair bit about your mentors helping you, okay? Can you share a few of who your mentors are? I know you've got a whole list of them, but maybe just two or three, or maybe three or four, who your mentors are, and what impact would each of them have on making you who you are right now?
Okay. So apart from my parents, they're very key to who I am today. I would consider number one, Brother Bo Sanchez. So he is a best-selling author here in the Philippines and around the world, and he's been not only writing books but also a spiritual director for a certain
Mm.
community, church community here in the
Mm-hmm.
Philippines. And he actually inspired me to write books and to do
Okay.
public speaking. So that's one. Second, that I would consider as a mentor is Tony Robbins
Okay.
and Dean Graziosi. Okay, there too. Because
Okay.
during the pandemic, I enrolled in their program as a knowledge broker, and there I got to like change my mindset towards life and towards how I want to move forward with my life. Okay,
Okay.
and then
Go
yes,
ahead.
and
Go
then
ahead.
another one, of course, is you.
Thank you.
You,
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
YP. Yeah, since we've met, I think we had a close encounter during our trainings last year.
Mm-hmm.
And I've enrolled in several BNI trainings as well. So I learned so much from you. And that's why when you invited me to this interview, I immediately said yes.
Uh-huh. And the reason why I'm inviting you is because you're such an inspiring person, and I really want you to, share your story to inspire everybody else who is listening in here, right? I mean, one of our life's calling is always to serve, isn't it? We are here on
Yeah.
this earth. My belief is not for ourselves alone, but it's to be able to, touch lives and move people forward in their life. And you're definitely one inspirational person, right? Okay, so that's enough about me flattering you and you flattering me. Okay, so I'm going to ask you the question. So you shared a bit more about what Bo Sanchez helped you in terms of getting a life story, writing about your writing books. Okay, I'm going to ask you about books later on, but let's talk about the other two. What impact has Tony Robbins on you? What's the one significant thing that he helps you gel, or one idea, or one concept, or one thing you got in place in your life? Okay.
What you, yes, what I think one of that is what you focus on grows, or where is your focus, your energy flows. That's one thing
Okay.
that I really got from him. So whenever I think I'm feeling stuck with problems and challenges, rather than focusing on the problems and challenges, I would think of outside of the box and think of ways on how I could solve them. And one thing that really helped me is to connect with people who have
Okay.
experienced that same challenge and problem. And somehow it's what I call copy paste plus.
Okay. Good, 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 good. Okay. I mean, Tony Robbins has been one person that inspired millions and millions of people. I can remember way back in 2004, that's my first encounter with him. That was the first time he did his UPW, Unleash the Power Within, in Asia. In Singapore, I was there and I did a firewalking. It was an experience.
Wow,
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, so I've been following him for quite a while now, you know. Yeah, good. And then the other one you're saying is the third one was Dean, right? Dean Gaggio. How do
Dean
you pronounce his?
Graziosi.
Yeah.
Dean
And
Graziosi.
yeah, and what I better let you pronounce it rather than me. So what impact has he got on your life?
Okay. So for Dean Graziosi, he thought of the idea of that self-education is the new norm, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he's impressing on us that as knowledge brokers, we need to tap on each one's strength, discover their unique gift, and let the
Mm-hmm.
world know about it. So that's what I got from him. So right now, it's not always all about me. So whenever there are new authors, budding authors who want to publish or launch their books, I support them because I
Okay.
know that I am being an instrument, similar to what you're doing right now. You're tapping me to, you're sharing your network to me so that I could be able to bless at least one person.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, right. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, how important it is you think for people to for them to achieve their goals to have coaches and mentors along the way? How, on a scale of 1 to 10, one being not important, 10 is super important. I know what your answer is gonna be, but I want to hear it from you. Okay, on a scale of one to
Definitely, well, definitely it would be a 10.
10. Okay, right.
If it could be a 11 or 12 or more, that would
Oh,
be really
okay, right, yeah.
awesome, right? Yeah.
Because
And
that's how you found it in your own life too, isn't it? And I found it in mine. You know, the reason why I am at my, I would say my current state, you know, which is pretty good. Okay, is because at the age of 28, and it's kind of like you on a very similarly youngish age. You know, I started learning from the gurus, having mentors and coaches, and that really transformed my life. Yeah, yeah, I wouldn't
yeah.
be able to be at where I am right now if I hadn't gone on that journey. Yeah.
Yeah, actually YP when I was younger, I would consider myself as an average person. Like
Okay.
in way back in high school, I didn't have any awards or recognition. I felt I was nobody. And then later on, when it high school graduation came, and I didn't receive any awards, not even loyalty award. So that
Okay.
was like a breakthrough moment to me, and I said when I go to college that my story has to change. And so when I
Okay.
went to college, I really worked myself to be part of organizations of groups wherein I can be successful. So I became a dislister, and then I when I graduated, in fact, I said to myself, I don't want to work in a corporate world. I
Okay.
want I actually intended to work in TV production.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah, so
that's very
that's my
interesting. That's something I didn't know about you.
I worked in TV production. I started there as a production assistant, and later on, after how many years? I worked there for 6 years. I became an executive producer of a gag show.
Okay. What show?
Of a gag show. It's a comedy
Oh,
gag
gag
show.
show. Yeah, got it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
For a minute, I thought it
Yes.
was a cat show, CAT.
No, no, no. It's a gag show.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, okay, so can you identify that one moment or the one incident that gave you the breakthrough on the realization that you don't want to be average, you want to go above? Okay, is there any one incident, or is there any one person that that created the spark? Yeah.
Yeah. Just like what I've shared a while ago when it was high school
Okay.
graduation. On
Okay.
my fourth year high school, I was about to graduate. And then, come graduation, I saw that everybody was wearing their medals and their
Okay.
ribbons, and I didn't have one. So after that
Okay.
event, I really cried and said to
Mm,
myself, I have to change something in me for me to be where I want to be.
mm,
And so I really involved myself or associated myself with successful people moving forward and
okay.
exposed myself to self development, learning materials so that I could be the best version of myself.
Okay, wow, Janice, that's very powerful sharing. So, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you listening in here, I really want to reemphasize what Janice shared. Sometimes we think about breakthrough moments as being really, really huge, but what Jenny shared is just a moment of self-realization. Correct?
Yes.
Yes, a moment of
Yes.
realization at your graduation that you do that things could be better. That could be a bigger, better version of yourself, and you made a decision. I think what's important is you made a decision that you want to be different from that moment onwards.
Yes, indeed, YP. It was a painful moment. It was
Yeah.
a painful moment that turned into something great.
Hmm. Okay, which is important. All of us need that little. Sometimes it's big, sometimes it's impactful, but I mean, it's always impactful from an emotion viewpoint. But in terms of
Yeah.
in the scheme of things, it doesn't have to be a major event. Like some people, their wake up call is when they got an accident, when they
Yeah.
got retrenched and so on. But it doesn't have to be that tragic, isn't it? Right?
No, no, doesn't
It's
have
just
to
a
be.
moment of self awareness, and then say, "Hey, my life is destined not to be average. I am above average." And then I'm sure you know the formula the B do have. What do I need to be
Yes.
to do the things I need to do to have the things I want most in my life, right? And that was
Yes.
your turning moment. Fantastic. Thank you for sharing this. Right. So for those of you who are listening to this live or who is listening to a recording of this, make sure you rewind back and listen to the last 5 minutes of what Janice has shared. And even if you've achieved your breakthrough, it's always good to hear other people's breakthrough and reflect on what she has shared, and then make use of it, to move you even further forward. Right. So Janice, I'm gonna zoom in on one of the things that you mentioned. So you said you got motivated to write books. Okay. What books have you written? Why have you written them? And what are the messages in your books? Okay. So you got another
Okay.
1 hour to talk about that. Yeah.
Okay. So my mentor, Brother Bo Sanchez, said that if you want to leave a legacy in this world, you have to do three things. Number one, plant a tree. Number two, bear a child. And number three, write a book.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I've already did the planting of the tree and then
Okay.
the writing of a book. So I still have one more left.
Okay. One more. 2 out of 3 in there. Okay. So what are the books you've written? What's the message, and why have you chosen to write about those things that you wrote about?
Okay. So I first encountered Brother Bo in 2013. I attended his book writing workshop. And then after that, there was no book.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately. And then I attended another training, an international author, book writing author, 2016. That was, at that time, I was already married. And then we conceptualized this book, Couple
Okay.
Power.
Oh
So I don't
wow.
think I have given you this a copy. So when
No,
we
not
see
yet.
each other in Singapore, I'll give you a copy of this one. So this is our
Okay.
first ever
No, I don't
book.
have to carry it all the way to Singapore because I'm going to see you in the Philippines.
Ah, okay,
After
okay.
Singapore, I'm coming to the Philippines.
Ah, you're
Okay.
coming to the Philippines. Okay, good. So
Yeah.
this book is dedicated initially for young couples. We want to guide
Mm.
them in terms of how they manage their married life, right? Because
Okay.
we're really advocates of a good marriage. But later
Mhm.
on, we discovered that we're more attracted to single people. And as a way for us to pay it forward for the person who referred us to each other, we had a matchmaker. In fact, that's a
Okay.
that's our love story. We had a matchmaker, and for us to like pay it forward to other single people to find their one true love, we give this book to them as
Oh,
a
okay.
guide for them, so
Wow.
that in a way they get to be inspired by us, by our story on how we were able to find each other. And at the
Mm.
same time, we are already giving them some tips and tricks on how they could make their married life awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's one. And then, unfortunately, I don't have any more the copy of Nanay Knows Best, but that's one. And then the other one, you have this one, right? The Tatay
Yeah.
is my hero book.
Is this your
So
is this your latest book?
this is my latest, yes. I
Yeah.
published this actually last year in
Okay.
2021, but this was conceptualized in 2020 during the height of pandemic, wherein I interviewed 23 amazing fathers in terms of
Okay.
how they are becoming a father to their kids and how they are managing their household,
Yeah.
and then their finances. So because my main people that I'm serving in my industry, is breadwinners. So this is
Mhm.
my way of serving to them. So
Okay.
I went out of my way to write a book. Well, and for those who are overwhelmed in writing a book, writing a book doesn't have to be overwhelming. In fact, what I did was to first did an online interview, and then from there I asked the fathers who I interviewed if they want to write a book with me. And so some of them said yes, and the others who said no, I asked for the permission if we could do a transcription of their interview, and
Okay.
voila, we have a book.
Okay. Fantastic. Okay. Yeah. And is this book available to be purchased online?
Yes, the couple power book
Mm.
is available on Amazon. So
Okay.
I think I'll be sharing in the comments the link to the Amazon, and then also the
Okay.
Nanay Knows Best. But the Tatay is my hero. I have yet to publish it in Amazon. But I'll do
Okay.
it. I'll do it so that others could have a copy of that book.
Okay. Fantastic. Yeah. Thank you so much, Janice. Like I said earlier on, why I have you on the show is because of the impact you're making to people around you. And now, as our listeners who come from all over the world, chip in and listen to this talk, they are going to be also impacted by, your story and what you're sharing. Okay. You said earlier on that you also help people or you coach people, right? So, do you have any stories that you can share, about how you help people, achieve their goals or their life purpose? Yeah.
Yes, I do have. Recently, I was able to launch my very own Abundance Lifestyle Masterclass. It's a group coaching program,
Okay.
similar to what you do as well. So
Okay.
I have three stories, very short. Number one coachee declared that to have her own dream home because for
Okay.
the longest time during her work years, she's just renting year in,
Mm-hmm.
year out. And then after a month of attending our master class, undergoing our coaching program, she has now transferred to her new home.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Yeah. Exciting,
That's a
right?
brilliant manifestation or brilliant results.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Fantastic.
The
Okay.
second one is another coachee has been single for I think 10, 15 years. Okay. And has almost given up the desire to be a married woman. Almost gave up. And then after attending our master class, she met her one true love. And
Oh, wow.
instantly, she had a family because that one true love is a widower with three kids.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
And
Did
then
she meet him through the master class or it was outside the master class?
she attended also the master class. So that the incident of meeting the one true love happened actually while we were doing the master class.
Okay,
And
so
then
so so,
after the
that man wasn't a student of your master class.
no, no, not
Okay,
part
yeah,
of the master class. Nah, no.
that would have been a brilliant love story, isn't it?
That's a miracle. That's a miracle
Yeah,
story. And then the
yeah.
other one that I have, very simple, a shy and timid lady being who is very contented being an employee.
Hmm.
After attending our masterclass and getting all the best practices, she got a new side hustle. I think it was a writing side hustle that
Okay.
was aligned to her skills and that gave her additional income.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's something that I
Fantastic. Okay.
happy.
And all these three stories, are definitely experiences or events in these three persons' lives that makes a lot of difference, to the quality of their life, to achieving their life goals, right? So, Janice, as we are coming up to the half hour mark, this is a 30 plus minute show. I'm going to ask you, what is your advice to the audience, to the people listening here about supercharging their life's purpose? What are your
Okay.
final tips or advice? Yeah.
I have three things.
Okay.
Being
You like three?
yeah, I like three because I'm a Toastmaster. Okay. Number
Uh,
one is get yourself a mentor or coach. Yeah,
okay.
definitely. That would benefit you so much from I benefited myself so much from life coaching programs. I invested in those programs and actually you would agree with me, YP, that the answers to our life's problems are within us.
Okay.
And you just take another person to unearth those answers, right? And to have a
Mhm.
different perspective. So that's what we call the aha moment. So I'm really
Okay.
grateful for mentors and coaches. Number two, be part of a community, not just any community, but a community that is very positive, supportive, right? And not just being a passive member. I would encourage you to be an active member, somebody who would give, who would contribute, no, not just being a taker. What's in it for me? not not that one. Oh, so I've been a member for 8 years now with Toastmasters, and with BNI, I've been a member for 2 years. But
Okay.
in BNI, I have served as a training director, a launch director, and now I was recently tapped as a launch love coach.
Okay.
Launch love coach for regions in our Philippines country. And then number three, I don't know if this is something that will resonate to some people, but I believe let God be in control.
Hmm.
Yeah, I believe that if you have given your very best in everything that you want in life, God has a better plan for you. And in
Hmm.
my experience, the moment I surrender, miracles happen. And
Okay.
the less I worry, I am at peace. So, how do you know if it is his will? I simply abide to the statement that it is with ease and grace. So
Hmm.
that's my three tips for you.
Thank you. Thanks, Janice, for sharing this. Okay, so for those of you who are listening in, um, there's actually two links here, not one. Okay, so the first one is if you wanted to catch up with Janice, Janice has been graceful to say that she's willing, to have a one-to-one with any of you listeners out there, and just let us all keep her busy. There's the link there. And yeah, there's a link there, and you can make an appointment to just have a catch up with her. 30-minute catch up, if I'm not wrong. Just catch up with Janice there. And the second thing, you want to see what are the things you do, go to her Facebook page, and you can find her activities there. And you can also link with her there on the Facebook page. Okay. So yeah, so as a way of me and Jenny saying thank you to you. So if you're listening in and you've not got a copy of my book, I'm also I love writing. I've also written a book which is an Amazon bestseller. It's about working less, earn more. So this book is available at Amazon.com, but you don't have got to go to Amazon to buy this book. Here's the link down there. Take a picture of it. Right now, if you're listening to it, take a picture of it and then go to this link and get it. I'll put it into the comments later on. Okay, so get a free copy of this book. Okay, right. So with this, Janice, can we say bye bye to everybody? Yep. And we wish you an
Bye.
awesome morning, afternoon, or evening. Okay, bye
Thank
bye.
you. Bye bye.